overseas.
So what about our security assistance to Rwanda, specifically?
Let me address that, Congresswoman Bass. So our security assistance is primarily in terms of peacekeeping training and support for Rwandan peacekeeping. Rwanda is involved in 8 peacekeeping operations with over 5,500 soldiers and police involved in those operations. We, you may recall, suspended at the direction of this Congress our international military education and training programs in 2012. The plan is to resume those this year, so our security assistance has been focused on supporting Rwanda's deployments in peacekeeping
What
operations.
are we resuming this year?
International military education and training.
What does that mean?
So this is primarily bringing officers and enlisted men from Rwanda to the United States for specific training programs.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's always confusing to me about our policy, because, you know, we're going to criticize the government for their human rights record, and then we're going to train their military. So, you know, it's like, which one is it?
I respectfully submit that you need to do both. And it's important to train the military in order to make sure that they do not commit gross violations of human rights and that they are effective peacekeepers.
Yeah, it's just that it seems like some of the time it doesn't turn out that way, right? So I would like to ask, not to put you on the spot here, but maybe you could get back to me with some of the specific democracy programs. And then I'm also interested in to what extent we fund Rwandans versus fund U.S. contractors to do work in Rwanda. How much of it goes to NGOs that Rwandans run?
I will have to get back to you on that.
No, that's what I was asking.
And
I know that you don't know that now. You made reference, I believe, Ambassador Jackson, in your opening remarks to Burundi, and I was wondering if you could expand on that in terms of what is happening, you know, obviously in relation to Rwanda. But I don't remember exactly what you said. I want you to expand on it.
So in Burundi, we see protests continuing following the coup attempt. The protests have now gone on ever since President Nkurunziza's party nominated him for a 3rd term, and he
I'm sorry, I don't think I was clear. I was meaning specifically Rwanda's role. I'm familiar with what's going on.
Rwanda's role in Burundi has been very constructive from my point of view. President Kagame has been very outspoken about the need for President Nkurunziza to respect the Arusha Accord, and Rwanda has been very welcoming to refugees. President Kagame has participated in the meetings with other regional leaders to attempt to persuade President Nkurunziza to restart dialogue with the opposition and create an environment that will be conducive to free and fair elections.
And by the way, the general that attempted the coup?
General Niambari's whereabouts, as far as I know, remain unknown.
Was he one of the ones we trained?
Pardon?
Was he one of the ones we trained?
I'd have to get back to you. I'm not aware.
Okay, thank you.
Follow up on my friend's question. With IMET being resumed, or in the process of being resumed, again, Robert Higero today will testify and will reiterate what he has said before, that the Director of Military Intelligence, Colonel Dan Munyuza, was the one who, and he's got this on tape, said, "We have decided to give you this job. You have to go to South Africa and take out General Kayumba and Colonel Karegeya." Now, my question is, when we're doing training, and as you said, it's officers as well as others, will this man be left out of that training? I mean, it seems to me that if this is true, he ought to be indicted for conspiracy to commit murder. Is that on your radar screen? Do you know this man, the colonel?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is one of those cases that it precisely falls into the Leahy vetting requirements. So for anyone who would be submitted by the Rwandan government for participation in the IMET program, we would extensively go through all the different allegations that are there, different public accusations and so forth, assess the credibility, and then make a determination about whether this person would be barred or not by law. I think with a person like this who is so publicly connected to some of the allegations that we've discussed, I would assume that that name wouldn't come forward in any way.
Let me ask you, if I could, is Colonel Dan Munyuza, do you know of him? He's the director of military intelligence.
It's a name I'm familiar with. I haven't
What's your
personally
take
met
on
him.
him? Is this a credible allegation?
I think
He's the one on the tape who is saying, and the BBC carried this, and of course the Canadian newspaper, that we can listen to it if you'd like, that he was trying to hire Higaro for this assassination.
I think the allegations carry a lot of weight. I think when it comes to the investigations taking place in South Africa related to this incident, we're waiting to see where the judicial process
But again,
goes.
what are we doing regarding this man? I mean, does our military intelligence, does our State Department interface with him as well? I mean, if he is an alleged killer, an assassinator, or at least someone who puts people up to it, what is your view of this man?
From a democracy standpoint, I have not had any contact with him, and I couldn't answer for other colleagues on that. I'm not sure.
Mr. Jackson?
I have not had any direct contact with him, and given the nature of our training programs, I would have to get back to you to see if there is any contact, Mr. Chairman.
Could you? It's very
Yes.
important. We will make that a part of the record. Okay. Ms. Bass, anything else?
No, thank you.
Hey, thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll have some additional questions, so we'll submit for the record. But it is disconcerting to me that Director of Military Intelligence has made these kinds of allegations, have allegations pending against him, and, you know, we have to get back to